everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm testing out new Marcelle face makeup products. So that is what's going to be happening on the face. The eyes are pretty much complete. I'll list everything down below in the description bar. I did test out the new Annabelle My Secret Weapon eyeshadow palette today, so that is what is on my eyes. I also glued on a big ass pair of fake eyelashes, which were a little big. I had to trim them. They're super too long actually. I find them too thick. They kind of take away from the eyeshadow in my opinion and the liner, but anyways, we're gonna make it work. I'm testing out some face products today. So basically, if you're interested in seeing new Marcelle products that have just hit the drugstore, please keep watching. Okay, so the first product we are testing out is the new Marcelle Flawless Long-Lasting Foundation. Waterproof, sweat-proof, mattifying, hydrating, oil-free, hypoallergenic, and non-comedogenic. Now, this morning I had to wake up super early and take my mom to the airport, so I really quickly put some of this on just to kind of test it out. I didn't set it, I didn't do anything like that. I just kind of took my fingers and rubbed it in. I can tell you, I really love the finish of this. It actually feels like you have nothing at all on your face, and it dries down to basically a finish of non-existence. So you can't feel it. It's not sticky, it's not tacky, it's mattifying, yet it's not too dry. So I did actually like this. I wore it only for like 3 or 4 hours, and I did like the way that it dried down on my face, but I didn't actually apply it like how I normally would apply it while using a foundation. So the first thing we're gonna do is try this out. I have the shade Buff Beige. So I'm gonna go in with my little beauty sponge. I did try this shade out. I thought it was a pretty good match when I'm not self-tan, so Buff Beige was good. Definitely has a yellow undertone to it. It gives you way more coverage when you're using the sponge. When I used my fingers today, it didn't give a ton of coverage. So this way it's really packing on the product. I just applied one layer. I think it's really nice. It's definitely not a full coverage foundation. You would probably have to try to build on it. So I'm gonna try to build on it a little bit more. I have a little bit of breakout right here on the side of my face. And I'm also seeing some redness showing through on the cheeks. It's a very thin foundation. It's not hydrating. I wouldn't say it's super hydrating by any means. So I think if you are like really dry, this could be a little bit uncomfortable for you, I would say. Okay, so the next product I have to try is the Marcelle Flawless Extreme Alast Retractable Light Medium Concealer. This is supposed to be a 9-hour hold, waterproof and sweat-proof. It's a crayon little applicator, which normally for concealer, I do find a crayon or a stick concealer a little bit drying, but I'm not going to knock it. We're going to try it. So this is what the crayon looks like. This is the color light medium. I definitely could have probably went with the lighter shade. This has a lot of yellow in it. It's very golden. So we're going to use this how I normally would. Personally, I find this a little bit more time consuming to use just because you kind of have to like pat it on the skin. So I'm going to take a finger. I think my finger might work best for this. So here's one side with the concealer, one side without. It definitely makes a huge difference. This color is pretty much flesh tone for me, so if you did want to highlight your face underneath the eyes, I would definitely go with a lighter shade than the light medium. It's definitely easy to blend in with the finger. I wouldn't say it's a full coverage concealer. It's more of a medium coverage. I'm going to apply some right here to my chin. Okay, so the next product I'm testing out is the Marcelle Flawless Extreme Long-Lasting Universal Powder. It's supposed to be translucent, supposed to give you a mattifying effect, silky texture, and it's enriched with vitamin E, hypoallergenic, fragrance-free, paraben-free, and oil-free. Also includes a mirror and a kabuki brush. I'm going to go in with my own kabuki brush first, swirl it in the powder, and start to press the powder all over the skin. I'm also going to set my under eye with the same powder using a Real Techniques brush. I'm going to take the powder and start to press it underneath the eye. I'm going to zoom it in and show you both sides, one with powder and everything applied, and then the other one with no powder, because some people really don't like powder. I'm going to show you the finish on both sides. So yeah, as you can see, my skin definitely looks like skin. It's definitely not a heavy foundation. You can kind of still see my natural skin showing through. In regards to my dark circles, you can still see the dark circles. So the concealer is definitely not a full coverage concealer in my opinion. So here's a side with a more of a natural finish, no powder. It has dried down though to pretty much a matte finish. It has a tiny bit of tackiness. And then as you can see here, it's a little bit more luminous, obviously without the powder applied underneath the eye. The next product I'm going to use is a bronzer. This is by Annabelle. It's called the Biggy bronzer. I haven't tried this before. I'm going to give it a go. This is a Joe Fresh face and contour brush. This has more of a little bit of a sparkle to it. I usually use more of a matte bronzer, but sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a sheen. Not a glitter, but a sheen. That's nice. It's more warm than what I normally use. I always use the Benefit Hoola, which as we know, it's very ashy undertone. This one is a little bit more warm, but it's blending out really nice. And the glitter in it is not chunky or anything like that. It almost just looks like a healthy glow, which is nice. I'm also going to take a small little brush and start to run this bronzer underneath the lash line to finish up underneath my lower lashes. I'm going to pick up this Lise Watier palette. It's called Winds of Liberty. It's the purple palette. So I'm going to go in with the highlighting shade. Use that in the corners of my eyes. I'm also going to apply the same highlighter on my cheekbones. I'm then going in with my Eco Tools blush brush. Going in with the blush in the palette as well. Applying that to the apples of my cheeks. That is a pigmented blush. I like to go back in with the kabuki brush just to smooth things over. Because this foundation is so matte, I'm going to apply the Physicians Formula 24 Karat Setting Spray. This gives you a really dewy, healthy look, so it's going to help bring some life back into the skin. To open up my eyes, I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs Pink of Me. This is their gel liner, so I'm going to go in with that in the waterline. And then to the lower lashes, I'm going to apply Annabelle Skinny Mascara. To finish off this look, I'm going in with the Marcel. This is their gel liner in the shade Rosy Nude. So we're going to go in with this. I actually really like these liners. They're 8-hour hold, no feathering, extreme color, and smooth glide, which is true. I really like them. They're a great drugstore lip liner. For my lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Marcel Velvet Gel Lip Color. It feels really comfortable on the lip, and I really like the applicator. It has like a little point, so it's easy to apply. It provides enough amount that you can kind of dip it once and spread it out. Okay, so right now it's 3 in the afternoon. I'm gonna wear it probably for at least 5 hours. I'll check back in at the end of the night and let you know how it's holding up. So far, I'm actually pleasantly surprised, especially with the foundation. And I think it's the powder that really sealed the deal for me. I'm just gonna go about my day. I'll check back in a bit. Alright, so I'm checking in. It is now 9 o'clock at night. So I applied this foundation around 3 o'clock. So this is not like a full day wear test, but it's enough to figure out if the foundation is good, if you know what I'm saying. The first look of my face, it looks amazing. I am not even oily really. I'm getting a tiny bit oily right now through my nose, but my chin is holding up pretty nicely, and same with my forehead. I'm gonna zoom it in so you guys can see up close. So here's the foundation on my cheek. It's really, really holding up so nicely, and it also feels so good. This is my nose here, not too bad. It hasn't separated, but it is starting to get a little bit oily through the tip of the nose. My chin has not broken apart, which is great. Bronzer and all. The shiny part here is not oil, it's actually just my bronzer, so it might be getting a tiny bit oily right through here, but not too much. Now, with the concealer, I was actually kind of impressed with the concealer. It's not my favorite concealer by any means. This is definitely not my favorite concealer. I don't really love a concealer with this method of application. The light medium was a little bit dark for me. That's my fault. I picked this color, so I should have went with a shade lighter. I think if it was a shade lighter, I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more, but it's just not my ideal concealer to use. You have to kind of warm the product up and push it into the skin. It doesn't give full coverage. It's about a medium coverage. It is great though, I think, if you want to keep it in your bag and do touch-ups throughout the day. So if you're a person who doesn't wear a lot of makeup and maybe you do a lot of physical activity, or you just want to carry some concealer with you in your bag to have on the go, this would be a great option for you. That's when I would definitely recommend this. For somebody like me who likes extreme, you know, makeup to like cover and brighten, this is not my favorite thing, but for the case of like on the go travel, this would be a great little thing to throw in your bag. It's definitely good. It held up. It didn't crack apart or break apart. I do have fine lines starting to form in the corners of my eye, but that is normal for me because with any concealer or powder I use, I get that even with my favorite one. So it has nothing to do with this concealer. But for a stick concealer, it wasn't dry. I usually find stick concealers super dry. This one wasn't. It was creamy. It blended out, gave me okay coverage. So it is okay. It's just not my favorite. Now, when it comes to this powder, I'm in love. I actually think this powder is amazing. I'm impressed by it for two reasons. I'm totally mattified still, and it's very, very silky on the skin. It looks great in pictures. I did take a lot of pictures after I filmed this initial video, and my skin just looked amazing. There was zero flashback with this powder, number one. Number two, I set my under eyes with it, and it didn't leave it really, really dry, and it didn't leave it super cakey, and didn't change the color of my concealer, which is hard to find in a translucent powder. This is a drugstore translucent powder. I usually don't have any that I really like at the drugstore, but I think this is a great one if you're looking for an affordable little powder. Comes with a mirror, comes with a brush. This is a great little brush. I wouldn't use it to apply my full face, that's just me, but this would be a great brush to dip into the powder and, you know, touch up throughout the day, the oil. So just by me running this over my nose, the oil is totally gone. So it's a great powder for mattifying and holding your makeup all day long. I can tell you that. I think it's a great find. I'm impressed with this. I was actually probably the least excited to try this, but now this is probably my favorite product in the whole range that I tried today. So, you know, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, okay, Courtney? I know that. I already know that, okay? But I judged this one. I don't know why. I just gave it, it's just judgmental today. Last but not least, I want to talk about my lipstick. It is still on. I had sushi, I drank, I did everything. This is not touched up. It is still on. I still have a shine. I don't know if it's grease or a shine. I'm not too sure which one, but amazing lip combination. This lip pencil, I've always loved Marcelle lip pencils. This is a waterproof gel pencil. It's in the shade Rosy Nude. It's amazing. It gives you at least an 8-hour hold, which is true. Love it. And then this little lip gel that I just tried was absolutely amazing. The Velvet Lip Gel. It just gives you this perfect, like, long-lasting, glossy, comfortable, non-drying. I don't get the gross bally thing happening, so highly suggest these. These are great. These are the Velvet Gel liquid lip colors. Again, this one's also in the color Rosy Nude, so I highly suggest that too. So this will be the end of the video. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, as always, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.